Hey guys, welcome back. Rebirth, the Happy Cappin Holidays special. I'm Enigmius, and today we're capturing capital ships because it's fun and I like it. Now, I don't want to do this in like a proper guide format because this is a ton of work, to be quite honest with you. But there's some details and some fun things that I can pass along that might make things a little bit easier for the newcomer to the capturing game. One of those is where to find ships to capture, and the easiest place I've found is from missions. Like this one here, we've got the little skull guy highlighted. The mission is Cartel Boss Vulnerable. It's paying 63,000 credits, which is not a lot, but relative to missions is fairly high. You know what I mean? Like you're going to get your 63,000 credits and you're not going to feel like you just got rich, but relative to what other missions pay out, this is one of the higher ones. Difficulty medium means you're not going to be getting any destroyers, I don't think, or any major destroyers. Probably a Balor, maybe a freighter, maybe just a fleet of fighters. There's only one way to find out, and that's to take the mission. But the benefit of doing these is nobody wants reputation with the cartel. I don't even think you can get reputation with the cartel. I think it starts about as low as you can go and never improves. I don't know if cartel have any stations anywhere. You don't feel penalized for taking their stuff or blowing them up. The downside is that these missions almost always spawn the ships in fairly close to the station, and if you're not careful, you can wind up with the station destroying the ship before your boarding operation completes. So there's the Cartel Boss Vulnerable, there's Catch a Dangerous Criminal, and there's Cartel Raid Incoming, and all of these can bring cartel ships to your front door, but be aware sometimes they bring friendly ships. You have to kind of watch out. So what I usually do, quick save before you pick up the mission and see where it goes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pick up some missions until we get one that we can capture a ship from, and then we're going to capture the ship.
I want a troublesome individual silenced permanently. You get the drift? Great. I knew you were just made for this.
So that was easy. That was very easy. The ship that we are to eliminate, see, it shows up as enemy -26. Is a Balor, which is like a light combat freighter / torpedo ship. And look, all the fighters just came into range. In the early going of a mission like this, if you're feeling rambunctious, you can take out the fighters individually. It's a good idea to get rid of them. Because if you're taking hits from the freighter itself while you're trying to disable systems, the fighters creeping up your butt blasting you can actually be rather problematic. So I would recommend dealing with the fighter escort. If you've got the Astro Bees, they're basically swarm missiles. If you played the previous X games. And they're pretty good for dealing with fighter swarms, shoals of drones, things of that nature. You can see we've already got a friendly ship in here making a mess of things for us. So, first priority, get rid of these guys. Watch your butt, because even a Balor, if it gets a good bead on you with all of its particle cannons, can make a mess of you in pretty short order. I mean, I'm using Mark IV shields, and I still feel the need to be extremely cautious. And then this, we want to try and grab a hold of it. Oh, what the hell just happened? Oh no.
Let's make sure there are no nasty surprises first. We should start by taking out the jump drive.
See those big blue bolts of stuff flying by? That's the ship's turrets, or the station's turrets. And I've got a fighter behind me shooting my bum.
Now let's blow up the engines.
Now, I've taken out the jump drive, so this guy can't make the super quick escape to nowhere. And I think the station is going to mess this guy up. I think we're already screwed. Because the skunk won't launch boarding pods until you destroy the engines. As soon as you destroy the engines, you are no longer... The ship can't evade these giant bolts of nasty doom that are coming its way. We're taking all kinds of hits from puny little bastards. See what I was talking about? The wee little ships. Their job is to be a pain in the ass, and they do it quite well. See? Blam, just like that. If we had launched our boarding pods onto that ship, our friends... And we even got hosed on the payment too. We only got a third of it because we didn't destroy the ship ourselves. If we had launched our boarding pods onto that, our friends would have died. All of our Marines, our Marine officer. Bad news. So now we got to find a new mission. See, here's the turret that basically... There's this turret here. And another turret over here, and the Balor is just too small of a ship to come in range of those and survive. It's one of the tips, one of the things that I've picked up is it's kind of awful to invest a bunch of time into a boarding operation and then have it fail because your friends blew up the ship you were trying to capture. So we're going to try this one, Catch Dangerous Criminal. Close our previous menu.
I need a hatchet job. No, you don't have to use an axe. Well,
now sometimes with these...
Go looking again.
Oh, no, we're good. That's a Balor, another Balor. Sometimes with these it'll say that it's hard and it's just like a very large squadron of fighters. And you actually complete the mission if you can pick out the one that is your target and destroy it. So it becomes very much a case of, if you've got the ship to handle a head-to-head confrontation, it's pretty easy. And if you don't, but you can take out one target from range, it's also pretty easy. Now, I'm going to be taking hits from all the places. I mean, the Balors, if you read the encyclopedia description for them, they're not particularly powerful. But any ship... can cause you serious problems if it can just fly around or even just sit there and shoot you uncontested. So we got the space shotgun and just clearing out the riffraff before we start in on the Balor itself. Hopefully without letting the Balor get so close to the station that the station's turrets start causing problems. So
let's make sure there are no nasty surprises first.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea. So there's a jump drive underneath, always looks the same. There it goes. Now she wants me to blow up the engines, but I don't want to blow up the engines. I want to blow up this force field projector. There we go. This force field projector is down. And we got some turrets underneath here. We're going to blow up those. My ship is making funny noises as it's taking hits from the things. Force field projectors, turrets. Turrets. All the turrets. Now also, keeping an eye out for where the projectiles are coming from and where they're going. If I see a lot of projectiles coming from the surface of the station, I know to just abort. Reload, blow it up, whatever you're going to do. There's no point killing my Marines. Especially for a ship like this, I wouldn't even want to take the chance. Not that it's a bad ship, it's just, it's very, very common. So now, as per Yisha's instructions, we're taking out the engines. Doesn't take much.
We should start by taking out the jump drive.
The jump drive was repaired. Now it's dead.
That spot looks as good as any.
Launching pods. Let's make sure they get there in one piece.
Launching towards target.
How many pods did we launch this time? Holy cow. It's like a sea. It's like a swarm of little fish,
The first one has arrived.
and they're facing no opposition because we already blew up all the turrets.
No more pods in flight. Let's stick around, see if we can help.
Keep going!
Yeah, I don't think we can help. I don't think there's anything else to blow up.
Go!
Yeah, but he's firing missiles at the station,
They're leaving. We're clear to proceed.
which doesn't make friends.
They're leaving. We're clear to proceed.
Maybe we can lure some guards away. Hang on. Let me mark some suitable targets.
One of the engines.
We have control of the target. Great work.
Great job. Keep it safe for a bit. We're bringing in a new commander.
So that's that. That's the Balor. Another one. Hooray! Now this is probably one of the most coveted freighters in the game. This is the Titurel. It's not coveted because of its name. In addition to very substantial cargo space, 270,000 units, it also got 35 weapon systems, which would include the force field projectors, I think 7 of them, and then a lot of guns. A lot of guns. Makes it a very challenging boarding operation because it can very easily destroy a lot of your pods before they even get into position. So we're moving in on this guy. We're gonna initiate the boarding op.
There are no nasty surprises first.
We're
We should
using
start by taking out the jump drive.
our particle repeater to start because it's just a pretty consistent stream of damage. We want to get the jump drive gone first thing. And there it goes.
Now let's blow up the engines.
Now Yisha is telling us to blow up the engines, which is not a bad idea, but we've got a better idea. We're going to blow up as many of the hard points as we can. So there goes a force field projector that was providing extra defense to these turrets here that are shooting at me. And with the force fields down, these things just pop off like nobody's business. They're so much easier to deal with. That's one of the things that I've sort of sorted out for myself, is that it's really, really worth it to take care of the force field projectors if you've got a well-defended ship that you need to be spending time in close proximity to. And this definitely qualifies as that. Now you can see we've got the guys shooting the blue stuff, which is the kind of thing, if you it's very easy to get distracted by all this orange and red flying towards us. It's very sparkly. And too much of that, it's going to cause problems for you. There's no getting around that. But at the same time, if you ignore, see the blue guy, he's shooting at himself now. If you ignore those blue orbs, they do actually a very substantial amount of damage per hit. Those are super jumbo plasma cannons. They're like the granddaddy version of the plasma cannon that we use for destroying big things. So we got rid of those turrets. We got rid of the force field projector. Now, one of the things we have to keep in mind is that this ship does have an engineer, and the engineer is going to be repairing things in behind us. And if we neglect that fact, we could end up with the ship jumping out on us. And with the amount of time that we're going to be putting into this boarding op, having them just kind of bugger off at the last second, be kind of disappointing. You can see that those things just disintegrate. As soon as you get rid of that force field projector, they're basically done and gone. Now up here we've got the blue launcher, who's going to be on our case any second now. We've also got 3 of the sparkly guys. We just took out the force field projector for these turrets over here, which should make blowing them up. See, there we go. The blue balls have been dealt with. And there goes the 3 turrets as well. We're going to take a peek underneath at the jump drive. See, it's repaired. Now, if we ignore that, this guy can just jump out any second. Blam, gone, see ya, thanks. Sucks to be you. I hope you didn't waste a lot of missiles on trying to board me, because I'm gonna go get repaired. So there goes that force field projector. Now the whole idea here is that the boarding operation has certain key sequences. Like I said, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to ask you to take out the jump drive. Then they're going to ask you to take out the engines. And as soon as you take out the engines, they launch the boarding pods. So we can use that understanding to our advantage and take out the threats to the boarding pods before the boarding pods get out into space. So there's another force field projector down. And just the overspray from taking out the force field projector was enough to drop one of the turrets. And again, trying a little bit to not blow up the ship. It's easy to think of this as just blowing up hardpoints, and the ship has unlimited hull, you know, health, structural capacity, whatever you want to call it, when we know that's not the case. Every time we destroy one of these weapons, every time we destroy one of these systems, we're also doing hull damage to the ship as a whole. And if it reaches 0, it goes boom. And again, it puts us in a situation where we've invested all this time into a boarding op that fails because we just kind of weren't either understanding how things worked or weren't paying enough attention to the things that were important. We're good for shields. See, I'm not taking damage from as many sources as I was previously, so I'm not as nervous about kind of standing my ground and doing some damage as I was earlier in this whole process. I think that's most, if not all, of the turrets on this ship. We just messed this puppy up. There's no other way to describe it. We're going to do another pass on the jump drive. You can see again, it was in the process of being repaired. And now we're going to swing around, try and swing around. And we've got the inertial hammer. We're going to go blam, blam, blam. That's done. Now some of the turrets, like I say, they're going to be repaired. It's entirely possible that we've missed some of the stuff. The main goal is to get the jump pods now safely onto the ship, because frankly, I spend a lot... Yeah, see, the jump drive has already repaired itself again. I've invested a lot in elite Marines at 300 and some odd thousand credits apiece to have 8 of them on board. Is no I'm not at the point in the game where that's chump change. So I don't want to be just willy-nilly tossing my Marines out into space. You can see all the little pods there. With all the turrets that were flying around, these guys just get swatted in swarms. It's very costly and also very frustrating to have the entire boarding operation fail because we were not prepared. See, there's the force field projector. Making sure that's down. I gotta say, these guys are taking their time to latch onto the hull.
No more pods in flight. Let's stick around, see if we can help.
So now you...
Try to stage a diversion.
There we go. So Yisha will now point out targets that we can destroy.
We're clear to proceed.
Maybe we can lure some guards away. Hang on. Let me mark some suitable targets.
Yeah, see, there are so few things for her to choose from that now she's directing us to destroy engines again for the second time.
We're clear to proceed.
Maybe we can lure some guards away. There.
The
Just
drone
start
launch
shooting
pad.
these.
That's right, kids. We are... Oh, it's up top. Who knew? Go, Marines, go! I want this ship.
They're leaving. We're clear to proceed.
That's a good sign.
I confirm that we have control.
Yes.
Great work.
Well done. Watch it for us until we bring a replacement captain.
That's what we wanted. Now, bit of a problem. It's kind of dead in space. Do I have an engineer on board? I might, actually. I gotta get an engineer on there to repair the damage that we did so that the ship can actually move. There, we do. We do have an engineer. I don't think... He's not the greatest engineer, but that's okay, because we can plunk him down to start repairing. We'll stick around and keep an eye on this guy, and then we will take it back to a little bit of a safer location. This sector that I'm in is all pretty much Reaver space. There's a couple of very small Cantaran outposts, but for the most part it's just Reavers. Just Reavers. So here we are enjoying the view from the deck of the Titurel. I wasn't able to find a captain. I was able to find a defense officer whom we hired and installed on the ship, and I'm hoping between the engineer and the defense officer they'll be able to hold down the fort until we get back with the captain. Right now the ship can't even move anyways because all the engines are still busted. It looks like all of the turrets are still shot. It's the price you pay when you blow everything up before you capture it, which is fine. I think it would be a pretty strange occurrence to have this ship arbitrarily destroyed before we can get back and get it moving to where the rest of our ships are staged. So there you have it, the capping special. Not so much a guide, just having fun capturing big ships. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them below. If you want to be notified when I add the next video, I do this game and other games and things and such, and sometimes I even do editorials. You can always subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Twitter at Enigmius1. You can do the Google Plus thing. It's all over YouTube. Love it or hate it, it's there. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care.